I was very sorry to hear that you were injured recently at work.
Thank you. Yes, that was my exciting thing that happened this year. I got a big gash on my leg at work.
And how did that happen? You guys not taking precautions?
Well, I'd like to blame someone, but my husband's the boss, so I just, you know.
Right.
It's we were shooting in this old abandoned warehouse. Our characters are obsessed with Lethal Weapon, so this year we make Lethal Weapon 6, and. It was a scene between Rob, my husband, and myself, and I was playing a cop, and he was playing Murtaugh, who in the Lethal Weapon movies is played by Danny Glover.
Okay.
And
so he's playing the Danny Glover role. Right. You're playing a cop, and you're in a warehouse.
I'm a cop. Yeah, it's this old, shady, not very safe-looking place, and I come running in. I'm supposed to stop. And our first take, I stop, and my leg just goes through something, and I'm on the ground, and it was this metal grate that like went in my leg. It was really bad. And it just it sliced it right open, so it was a 911 situation.
Right. So ambulance, the EMTs show up?
They did. They showed up, and they were like, okay, what's the issue? I said, there's a giant hole in my leg. If you want to take a look at it, I don't want to look again. And they were like, okay, well, is there anything else? I was like, no, but, I mean, that's it. They were like, right, but is there anything else that was... it's 5 inches long, and you can see my bone. If you want to look, there doesn't need to be anything else. That's all there is. And they were,
what's their problem?
Well, he goes, what's going on with your stomach? And I looked down, and I was wired with a blood pack to be shot, which went off when I fell, so it looked like I...
That's great. So you're like, I've got this cut.
Please
They're looking at
my leg.
a basketball-sized hole in your stomach.
Ma'am?
You're like, that's nothing.
Don't worry about that. I've hurt my leg.
I've had that forever.
This is always like this.
That's crazy.
But then we went to the emergency room, and everyone was staring at us. And I'm thinking, yeah, this isn't real. It's just like a blood pack thing. I just was trying to focus. It really was very painful.
Sure.
So but everyone's staring at us, and after a while, I realized they're not staring out of concern. It's not the blood they're looking at. They're like glaring at us. And finally, I looked at Rob, and I was like, why are they... Oh, right. And then I remembered that my husband, I brought a picture, but he looked a certain way. That's
oh, my God.
Yeah, so it was the black face that they were glaring at.
That would,
then it made sense. And
yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
So that was a good
And you
day.
could explain to everyone, no, no, no.